Alright. Hey, I'm Hunter and McGregor, and I'm here to present a script to you about a game I've come up with called Galactic Ratchet and Clank Future Galactic Darkness. It all begins here at the Apogee space station where Ratchet and Clank were building a space schema when suddenly they feel a weird vibration and a wormhole opens up and a new evil comes out of the wormhole, as you can see. Ratchet and Clank got on the schemer and tried to follow the evil, but the schemer malfunctioned and they crashed. They got out and were about to face robots of pure darkness called Daloids. I just called them that. I based the name of the name Dalek from Doctor Who, and these robots are considered to be extremely cruel and nasty, and of course pretty ugly too. So they find their way into the space station after finding their way through the army, and they encountered a new enemy, as you can see, called Sorceress Tundra, the Witch of the Warp. She then sees Clank and tries to possess him, but Clank seemed to be immune. But not her. You get the picture. So Ratchet then attacks her, but she blew Ratchet into a wormhole, and then Ratchet finds himself in another dimension where he gets zapped and transformed into this, and a dark version of himself. Then Ratchet sees a burst of light, so he heads toward that and then blacks out and finds himself on an uncharted planet in the Polaris galaxy, as you can see, called Matara. He then looks around to find answers of what happened to him when he bumps into these guys, the Matarans. They knew of Ratchet's condition and have a device, an ancient device which can cure his condition. So they led Ratchet into the residence in the ruins, but their residence was already under siege by nefarious troopers. So Ratchet had to fight his way through it. When the giant ship leading the assault landed and its door opened, Ratchet couldn't believe his eyes. It was Dr. Nefarious, and who said that he lived. And then his head spun, which stopped to reveal Emperor Tachyon's head on the back of Nefarious's head. As you can see, pretty gross, huh? He then calls his robotic butler Lawrence to take a sample of Ratchet's DNA and then kicks him off his ship and flies off. Okay, so skip to the part when Ratchet enters the ruins to get his new armor. When Ratchet put on that little flare sort of blinked, and Ratchet turned back into his normal self. Then the Nephilion showed up outside and picked Ratchet and Clank up to leave Matara's atmosphere. On their way out, they got a transmission from a nearby starship called the Star Frigate Condor, giving them permission to dock. Once they got on board, they encountered some new friends, new heroes called the Quasar Force. Apparently they once had a leader who too had the powers of dark matter, but he went missing. Never to be seen. He was never seen ever since he went missing. Suddenly they got a distress signal from planet Solomar, so they headed down there to investigate. Upon their arrival, they had to fight their way through an assault squadron of nefarious troopers when they bumped into the Galactic Rangers from RNC-3. Remember these guys? So anyway, he tells the gang that the attack was just a setup for a full-scale invasion on the main building, and if it goes, the whole city will go with it. So the gang gets in the gunship and flies toward the main plaza. So anyway, they get there, they fight the army, they fought an incredibly powerful commander Ratchet was using his dark power against that thing. Then they see a tag that said, limited edition Ephronite Neomantis, property of Dr. Nefarious, built on Ephron, no money back guaranteed. Then they head for Then they head for planet Ephron, which you can see here. Once they arrived, Nephilim couldn't take the heat, and then she slightly began to overeat, but Celsius aided, but Celsius' ship aided her, and then as long as Ratchet and Clank flew through the rings that Celsius' ship projected, they would arrive at the facility and without overheating. Anyways, that's about all I can say for now. So I guess we'll be talking later, huh?